When Joseph Smith died, he left behind at least 34 widows. Two of those widows, plural wives, we are going to dramatize tonight with two young ladies who have agreed to play the parts of these two women, Eliza Partridge and Emily Partridge. Eliza Maria Partridge, is being played by Elizabeth Linton. Thank you. Thank you very much. We hope you enjoy your time playing Eliza. And Emily Partridge is being portrayed by Dee Dee Larson. Eliza is the oldest. Eliza was born April 10th of 1820, and Emily is almost 4 years younger, and she was born February 28th of 1824. So we're going to ask our questions first with Eliza. So, Eliza, let's get to know you just a little bit so our viewers will know one of Joseph Smith's wives. So your first introduction then to plural marriage was when you learned that Joseph Smith had approached your sister as a plural wife, and she's younger than you. Mm-hmm. And so this obviously upset you. Would you like to weigh in on this, what this did to you?
What can you say? You know, we lived in the same house and we shared secrets, and it was devastating. I was depressed for several days, and it was just a great trial in my life, first of all. But she had convinced me that she had received a testament and that she was sure this is what God wanted her to do. So I supported her.
But you weren't a friend of polygamy from the beginning. From the first time you heard of it, you were not for it at all. It's not something that sat good with you. It's interesting that it didn't set good with any woman, any of the women that I've read. At first, it did not set good with you, and I think that's because there's something deep down in our heart that tells us that it is definitely wrong. Okay, Eliza, you didn't keep as good journals as your sister. But we are able to get some information because of other people's journals of what took place. We don't know how Smith courted you, but 4 days later, something happened in your life. Would you tell us about that?
I married the prophet.
You married Joseph Smith 4 days after she did. Okay. Did he pursue you? How did he propose?
Well, he did teach me about celestial marriage, and I had previously learned of it through Emily, and it kind of got me thinking as well. And I just had such a confidence in him as being a prophet of God that I thought it was a privilege to be sealed to him for time and eternity, and that's what I based my decision on.
Okay, and you did not know she had been married to him as of yet. So who was present at your ceremony?
Heber Kimball and Orson Hyde.
Orson Hyde, okay. And Heber Kimball performed the marriage, I think he's the one that performed her marriage. How did your sister Emily feel about this marriage?
Oh, she didn't know.
Your mother?
No. Everything was such a secret in the polygamy realm that neither one of us knew we had married the same man.
And the husband of the woman whose home you were living in and being treated so well and watching your children.
What was I thinking?
Okay, so what happened after you were both sealed to him? And now you both knew that you were married to her husband, she was married to your husband, you were both married to Emma's husband. What happened?
That's kind of where our troubles started. It was hard. For a couple months, I guess it was okay. And then it just seemed like everything went downhill from there. Emma had a stroke of jealousy, and living conditions became very awkward, actually really brutal. We were treated pretty poorly from then on out, and asked to leave eventually, kind of forced out of our nice little
out of your home.
Yeah.
A note here, Richard Van Wagner is a Mormon historian, and he's suggesting that Emma had found out that there truly was a sexual dimension to his plural marriages, and she was just going insane with jealousy. And of course, that only makes sense. We can't fault her because she had no idea that he really would be having more than just in a celestial, more eternal marriage here